War. War never changes. Since the dawn of ages, mankind had always found a way to wage war against one another. The deep, subconscious desires for greed, wrath, and vengeance are forevermore ingrained in the inner sanctum of the human mentality. As much a redundant, typical exclamation some might regard it as, war does indeed not change, and still to this very day it holds fruit. There's no doubt that war has developed during the course of time, developed from mere trifles of survival fought with clubs and stone, to long-waging battles fought with gunpowder and bombs, even to vague cold wars fought verbally with the power of speech, pride, and persuasion. Yet, no matter which label is plastered on the crate of war, no matter the principles, intentions, front figures, the basic idea of confrontation, it never changes. The fundamental definition of war simply cannot change. While this may merely sound like a literary, philosophical comment, the statement acts as to constantly remind us exactly that. War cannot change. Manufacturers may state the opposite, may persuade us into thinking that war has indeed changed, that its vile acts and destructive nature can be utilized as an universal tool to root out the weeds of the world, to bring unification and peace on a global level. For is there simply no peace without the spoils of war? Are these two concepts as deeply intertwined as the very definitions of yin and yang? This question easily leads to the pondering of the relation between good and bad, the infinite cycle and symbiosis that forever plunders the human race into a stalemate of morals. An ancient saying goes, there's nothing so genuinely terrible it isn't good for something, or someone. In many an instance, the victor has plundered the losing part into submission, tearing every scrap of resource left for personal gain, and did benefit greatly from it. In other instances, one wonders if any redeeming qualities can be salvaged from the war. A great worry has generally loomed over us since the end of the Second World War. We have ultimately acquired the ability to exterminate ourselves. Rumors of devastating nuclear warfare still roams underneath the common conversation, hidden in the worried whispers that seek to remind us of our seemingly unpreceded power, to remind us that we have grown too big to sustain ourselves. This whisper is drowned by preachings of civilization, decency, and peace, which govern to keep us above our primal instincts. Yet, when these very principles are formally utilized to gather in a mass of civilized people to oppose a different, more ruthless amassing who were robbed from their means of attaining proper civilization long ago by that very same amass of civilized people to maintain their supremacy, what is left to prevent the profane whispers?